Did I build the gym that I originally drew up in Afghanistan? The short answer is no. Uh, it's really funny how life comes together for you. When I left the Marine Corps, I moved up to Scottsdale with the intention of starting and finishing my master's at Arizona State, and then pursuing, you know, opening the gym. And I was still bodybuilding at the time, and I would venture to say that I was the most anti CrossFit guy I knew. And after my last show in 2012, I was just burnt out on the whole thing. Leg day, chest day, arms, abs, back, shoulders, every day, day in, day out. It just got really monotonous for me, to the point where I would train my clients, and do a really good job at that. And then when I had the opportunity to train in the middle of the day, I would, change over, gym clothes, the whole shebang, touch a pair of dumbbells, ride a bike a little bit, row a little bit, and then I would just be done for the day. Just no motivation whatsoever. And that went on for the better part of a month. And a buddy of mine, coincidentally, was like, hey man, you need to try this CrossFit thing. Because when I wasn't bodybuilding, I was still cross training. So I still built track days into my workout, and I stayed up with Olympic lifting. And I was like, nah man, I'm not into that. There's too many idiots coaching idiots. That was my catchphrase. It's not safe, blah, 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 blah. You name the reason not to do CrossFit, and I was a fan of it. And then we got to training together. He convinced me to do a couple of workouts, and I was halfway decent at it, and they were just leaving me absolutely wasted. And then about a month later, I did my first competition and did pretty decent. And that's what I fell in love with, was the competitive nature of CrossFit, and how the training environment of CrossFit was so much like the off season that I missed so much from college football. And when my investor inevitably showed up, she asked me one day, she's like, do you want to start your own place? I was like, yeah, after school and all that. And she's like, how much do you think that would cost? And I gave her a number. She said, let's sit down and have a conversation. And that's how the whole thing started. And I was terrified. It just seemed too good to be true. I didn't think I was ready. I didn't know anything about business. The gym that, stands today is probably the 12th attempt at, entrepreneurship. And the other 11 were so half-assed, and I was ill-prepared and immature and didn't know what the hell I was doing. They were doomed to fail. And I'll never forget, I was training a client at 5 a.m. on a Tuesday. Really savvy business guy. And I was telling him, I was like, man, you'll never guess what just happened. And I gave him the whole story. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'm just going to focus on school and, figure it out after that. And he says, has anything worked out for you entrepreneur-wise, business owner-wise, independently to this point? I was like, I wouldn't say they were successful, but I'm giving it an honest shot, prior to this. And he says, okay. When's the next time, somebody plans to write you a check? I said, I don't know. He's like, has it happened before? I was like, no. He's like, what do you think the odds are of it happening again? I was like, I don't know. He's like, take the deal. This is the universe asking you how bad you really want your opportunity. You can either use that fear to excite you or use it as an excuse to not do it. Take the deal. And because of that conversation, I took that meeting. It was an awesome conversation. And 4 months later, I unlocked the door for the first class at CrossFit PHX.